Now we are in Parvati Valley. You can see the valley is quite constricted valley. The river Parvati, which is flowing down, has deeply incised the rocks over here. This river comes from a Parvati glacier, I think, and then we have got some peak peeping through in the east northeast part of it. Now, why are came here? We came here to see the contribution and impact on the Parvati Valley, Parvati River. Now, this particular river was the major contributor of floodwater to Beas at Guntur. I'm told that the cloudburst, of course, it's not authenticated now. 2 cloudbursts happened in this valley. As also local people told me that there are 4 barrages which received an enormous amount of water, and those barrages released water. So it's a combined flow of the cloudburst and the barrage water that increased the flow in this particular river and contributed to the Beas River at Guntur, which subsequently led to the destruction of Guntur, Kullu, and below Kullu at Mandi. Now, what is the process that led to the flood? Now, the process which led to the flood, which we and Ragveer are trying to understand in the last 3 days, is the following: that the flood was not a very unusual and extreme flood in the sense that it should have created such a large-scale devastation at Guntur, Kullu or Mandi. But this particular flood seems to be force amplified by anthropogenic interventions and some contribution from the natural process. So let me first tell the natural process. If you look at a Beas River, the Beas River has got small islands which we call mid-channel bar, and those bar contains a lot of trees and they are stabilized, implying that in the past also the Beas River used to receive this kind of high energy sediment flux during extreme events. But now these sediments are well stabilized. This time what happened? Some of those particular mid-channel bar with the trees on top of it got eroded. So sediment plus the tree trunk which got eroded, this where they moved downstream, where they got the bridges or where they got the constricted path because of the construction caused by the human interventions. These logs and the sediment got locked up, and they probably could have created temporary impounding. Now, bursting of this particular temporary impounding would have led to the amplification of the flood magnitude downstream, and this continued from, we have seen it now, this continued from Guntur, then to Kullu, then to Mandi. But if you look at upstream of Kullu and go to Manali, in that particular area, you do not see any evidence of amplified flood. On the contrary, some of the settlements which are very close to the river bed were not inundated. The road were not flooded at all, but the maximum damage to the road which has happened is between Kullu and Manali, and that was not because of the overtopping of the flood on the road, but by the scouring action of the river, because the road from the Kullu to Manali largely dug through the old landslide deposits or the river sediment. These are the loose sediments. Now, and they were constructed very close to the river. Although the road construction authority provided the support structures, but those structures were not capable to withstand the hyper-concentrated flow impact on this particular RCC structure or Gabin wall structure. So the point is that in Himalaya, particularly in the higher Himalaya, and if we talk about the Beas River, we have to be extra careful when we are going for the construction of the road, because this is a very important route. We have got the Manali-Leh highway. Now, we must really think about raising the road to a respectable high level, because we don't have any flood history with us. That is a lacuna in this area. When we do not know the flood history, the recurrence frequencies and the magnitude, we cannot really take a risk of constructing road very close to the river bed. So that is one we have learned. Second thing, where possible, try to avoid these kind of deposits, because the similar situation happened in 2013 in the Mandakini Valley when the Kedarnath disaster happened. So as on today, the understanding is it was not a very extremely high flood, but then as the flood water moved downstream, it got amplified due to the obstruction caused by these debris and the uprooted tree from those mid-channel bar. There are plenty from Kullu to Manali. Thank you very much.